is Oromo Voice Radio English program. Oromo Voice Radio is broadcasting to Oromia at 16-meter band or 17,850 kilohertz or on oromovoice.org website. OVR broadcasts Oromia Insight program every Monday for 15 minutes at 7:15 p.m. Oromia local time. Welcome to Oromia Insight program.
Welcome to Oromia Insight. My name is Ali Gigeleto. Today we look at Irreecha or Irreecha, roughly translated Thanksgiving Day. People are celebrating Irreecha around the world. We look at Irreecha 2014 Against the Wave, inside of the 2014 Irreecha Festival by Daniel Dormer, CCTV Africa Report, Irreecha 2014 Melbourne, Australia, reported by OMN. Established by Oromo forefathers, Irreecha, also called Irreecha, take place annually throughout Oromia and amongst Oromo community abroad on the first Sunday of last week of September or the first Sunday of the first week of October according to Oromo time reckoning. Daha. Bishoftu hosts the major gathering of festival believed to be one of the largest in Africa. Known as Oromo Thanksgiving to their god, Waka, for his goodness over the past year, Irreecha marks the beginning of new lunar calendar and the seasonal change from winter to spring, and more particularly the end time of starvation, Gada Balba, disunity, chaos, or murmur, and is a special occasion to wish plentiful harvest in the upcoming year. Bishoftu means the land full of water in Oromo language. Indeed, the main ceremony will take place at the lake Hor Arsedi. The Oromo would like to register this outstanding festival on the representative list Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. The holiday is the only occasion, to the best of my knowledge, that bring together members from all religious persuasion to honor it. Massive waves of people joining the celebration, waves of peace, naga, freedom, bilisumma, unity, tokuma, reconciliation, arara, and bring people closer to each other and making religious, political, and social bond. Seeing the masses attending this day is evidence to how people have not abandoned their traditional value, even as they embrace modernity. The two Europeans perceived Irreecha also as a positive movement against many waves that they are experiencing in their society. Traditional resistance to modernity, people still looking for endorsement by the elder, all ages united instead of generation divided, all social classes brought together rather than class struggle, all confession in harmony, unlike so many parts of the world. This year, Oromo celebrates the Irreecha Blessing Festival in millions. The group of four felt proud and honored to have been part of this movement, and they simply let themselves go with these positive waves. Last year, different media reported about Irreecha, CCTV, OMN Oromia Media Network, and others. Today, I will present what CCTV and OMN reported.
Every year, Oromos gather here at Bishoftu town in their millions to thank their creator for the passing of the darkest rainy season.
The Irreecha is the Thanksgiving ceremony, actually done annually twice, in autumn and in spring. So this one is the spring celebration, and the Oromo is now coming to these places to thank his God for letting him pass from the, they call it the dark season.
Besides the prayer and worship, the celebrations showcase culture, pomp and dance, where the youth perform. It is more of a family reunion.
May Almighty God protect us all from danger, give us health and wealth. May you all be blessed.
Gada's celebration means the world for the participants, and for some, it is a time to reflect.
This is my first time to see Irreecha celebrations in person. I used to watch it happening on TV or follow it on radio. So now that I see it here for the first time, I should tell you that I'm so much excited.
I have no simple word that can explain this celebration. I believe this is my culture and religion at the same time. This Irreecha celebration was forwarded to us by our forefathers, and I will forward it to my children.
A social and leadership hierarchy has been part of the Gada system for hundreds of years, and the celebrations are a reminder of that legacy.
If you take the Oromo's people as a whole, is a big people, they have a rich culture, and one of that culture is Irreecha. And actually in the Oromo culture, there are standard living system, which we call it the Gada system. And the Gada system control over the cultures that the Oromos practices.
Here is what OMN reported from Melbourne, Australia.
There's a sense of one of the things that you can do in Australia, it doesn't matter where you come from. It's very important for Australia to respect everyone's culture and to be able, as someone who was born in this country, to experience your culture with you. And just for a brief moment is a blessing to me. So thank you for allowing me to do that. I also understand that your country, that in expressing your faith and just expressing your culture, sometimes you face persecution. I have raised this issue in Parliament, and I promise you, as a friend of your community, that I will continue to raise that on your behalf. Thank you. You're a fantastic people. Your culture is a very, very ancient culture, and it's a culture that we want to see continue. And it's important, I see there are many young people that are here today. Part of the greatness of our country is that we do not ask you to forego your culture. We want you to celebrate your culture, because your culture can teach us a lot here that were born in Australia. Australia is a mix of people from many different cultures, but you're able to celebrate your culture without persecution and be one of us as well. A number of you, when you become citizens in this country, we give you have sheaves of grass and leaves of grass. What we do is we give you a plant. What you're doing, and I thank God that you do this in Australia, is that when you come to our country, you're like a plant that we give you, and you plant the roots in the soil of Australia. And what you're doing in planting your roots into the soil, you're becoming part of us, part of our country, part of our earth. But you also are making us a better country, because in coming from so far away with your deep, rich culture and your history, you're also making our country a richer country and a better country. And really, you're the future of Australia. There's a lot of discussion about what Australia means today, being with you, being one with you. That's also part of our country as well. So I hope that Australians, we've taken some photographs and we'll put this on Facebook, can see this because you represent the future of our country too. We want you to feel part of us. You've made me feel part of you through being able to celebrate your ceremony with you. And can I encourage you to celebrate and continue to celebrate your culture? I will do whatever I can because it's such a beautiful, rich, deep culture. And it's one that your children and your children's children need to know, need to remember and need to be part of, because sharing your culture is the Australian experience. So we want you to keep your culture and become, as I said, part of us, because you are becoming part of us. And in bringing your culture here, you've become part of this place. Your culture, your richness, your history, your tradition, your future is now part of this place. I will hold you in my thoughts and prayers, and also with what's occurring in the country from which you came. We will do what we can to continue to shine a light on the injustice that you've been experiencing, and we will do what we can to ensure that the richness and the deepness, the history, the tradition, and the beauty of your culture is preserved now and forever.
Anthony Byrne, I'm the federal member for Holt, which is an area just next to where this park is at the moment.
How did you learn about Irreecha?
Through people that came from the Oromo community that came into my office.
There are lots of Oromo community members in your area?
Around where my office is, yes, absolutely. It's a very strong, vibrant community, and it's very close to where my office is.
And what have you learned about Irreecha so far?
The deeply spiritual nature, the ancient, I guess you'd say the length of time that this has been part of the Oromo culture. It's over 6,000 years. The beauty of the ceremony, the commitment for people staying together regardless of what religion they may be, if it's Muslim, but the original culture, the original belief, and the different people from all walks of life that have come together today. So it's a very good example of what makes Australia great. We have people from different faiths and different beliefs, but they all come together as one. And I think that's symbolised in this ceremony today.
Mm-hmm. And this is your first time to participate?
First time, absolutely. And I hope I'm invited back again, because it's a lovely ceremony. The venue is very good. I know that as part of this ceremony that you want to have sacred trees, river, and also on a hilltop. Well, this venue and Wilson Botanical Garden meets all three. But just for, I think, to promote the Oromo culture more, so that more Australians can understand the beauty and the richness and the history of the culture, the Oromo culture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name, please?
My name's Graham. You need to come.
And also you work with Oromo people as well?
Yes, I work with a range of range of cultures, many cultures, including Oromo.
Uh-huh. And how do you find the crowd here today?
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, the costumes, I think one of the things that's really nice is the respect for nature that this ceremony obviously is about. I think that's great. I think that's something that everybody could learn from.
Did you learn something today about Irreecha?
Well, I think given the fact that it's a very old culture, I think the fact that there's such a respect for nature is probably one of the reasons why it's lasted so long. And that's maybe something Western people could learn from.
Absolutely.
Well, I think obviously this planet's inhabited by all of us, and we've got to respect it. And I think that obviously there's a lot of challenges facing the planet at present with climate change and things like that. And I think that's something that we could learn from your people about. I think that if we all took more notice of what you're suggesting, our planet would be in better shape.
Thank you very much for your time.
People are celebrating Irreecha around the world at the moment, but the biggest Irreecha festival in Bishoftu, Oromia will take place on October 4, this coming Sunday. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the material we used from Finfinne Tube, OMN, CCTV, and article written by Daniel Dormer.